Okay, hi. I haven't uploaded in a while. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's get into it. Cosplay. Woo! Playing as your favorite character, such and such. It's fun, and I finally made one. Whoa. This wasn't my top pick for cosplay actually. A friend of mine suggested we cosplay as Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2. I wanted to cosplay. Oh my god, I'm gonna say cosplay a lot actually. I wanted to dress up as Dante, but it's a difficult one since his clothes and weapons are flamboyant, not to mention expensive. I didn't get a video of me making them, but I do have some progress photos I can show. Okay, let's get into it. Here's me taping all the shapes together to make the helmet, making sure I like how it looked. Here's me making a copy of those shapes so that the whole thing is sturdier. And I also cut out a triangle in the triangle. No way. So that I can see. And here's me putting a mesh on it so that my face is covered and I can still see properly. And this is when I started putting almost all of it together. For gluing the helmet together, this one took me quite a while since it was quite difficult. I legit just stood there for a couple of minutes thinking of ways to glue these parts without it falling apart. But I eventually figured it out. I glued each part by sections and then put the whole thing together. And here's some photos of me posing while shirtless and wearing a half apron. Sorry about that. After a while, I added some flaps at the bottom of the helmet so that it would look better. This part for some reason was as difficult as gluing the helmet together. I don't know why. Again, shirtless and posing. Then I moved on to making the sword. Finding the foam material was actually quite difficult for me, but I eventually found this huge roll of foam. It's not EVA. I would have ordered online, but I wasn't actually sure if it was going to be delivered like days before I was going to use the cosplay. For the sword, I had to cut out the rough shape and then proceed to make 3 more copies of it and then align them together and glue them. Without the handle, if I remember correctly, the blade was around 5'6" or 1.68 meters or 167 centimeters. I really had to Google all of that. Then I used bamboo for the handle of the sword. I needed to carve out a space so that the bamboo handle can support the whole thing. For the sword part actually, I didn't paint it because I was lazy and I was not sure if it would actually dry up before I needed it. Keep in mind this was like one day before the event that I had to go to. Well, actually it's not really an event. It's more of a just a walking around. After that, I added some parts to the helmet so that it's as close as I could get to the references I got. By the way, here's what it looks like. Then I painted the helmet. This was like one day before, as I mentioned. So I was basically rushing everything because I procrastinated a lot. For real. On God, no cap. Also, for the entire time I was working on my cosplay, I mainly worked on it during midnight or when everyone in the house was asleep. That way, no one can disturb me. And also, it's just really peaceful to be honest. So, it goes without saying that I was painting the helmet at midnight. I was planning on painting the sword as well, but I got lazy and I really wanted to sleep. And, like, come on, an all black sword is cool. Okay, side note. When looking at the sword, whenever I'm holding it, it just reminds me of Guts' Dragon Slayer sword. And then after that, me and my friends went out as a bunch of pyramid heads, walked around, took a bunch of pictures, and a bunch of people also asked us to take pictures with them, which felt nice. I guess. It was pretty cool now. I felt cool though. And yeah, cosplaying is fun. I definitely plan on making one again next year and maybe joining some competition. Okay, now that I got my personal experience with cosplay out of the way, cosplay also ties in with my last video. I don't know why I didn't include it in the first video, but I'm glad I didn't because otherwise I wouldn't have anything new to talk about. Anyways, through cosplay, you can look like and act like your chosen character or favorite character. I mean, sure, you can act like your favorite character without even cosplaying, but like, come on, that ain't as fun as doing it dressed up as them. Also, again, as I've mentioned, Making something using your own hands is gratifying once you're done. I sure felt happy when I finished the helmet and the sword. Proud of it, even.